Hi everyone, this is Abhinav from PhoneBunch and today we are unboxing the brand new Meizu M2 Note. Very minimalistic packaging over here. You can see that blue lining on all the four sides. There aren't any specs listed, but this phone does support 4G LTE, both bands in India. We'll talk about the rest of the specs as we go along. So at the very top you have the Meizu M2 Note. You have the SIM ejector pin right there with FlyMe written on top. And you have your quick start guide as well as user guide right there. 2 amp USB wall charger and a micro USB data syncing and charging cable. No earphones are included within the box. So folks, this is the brand new Meizu M2 Note. And you can see the difference right in the front. You have a physical home button this time around. And the Meizu M2 Note comes with a 5.5-inch IXO 1080p display. You have the MediaTek MT6753 octa-core processor powering the smartphone as well. Now this is a dual SIM 4G LTE device. 2 gigs of RAM, 16 gigs of onboard storage, which you can expand with a microSD card. It is actually a hybrid SIM card slot as you see right there. So you can use either 2 nano SIM cards or a nano SIM card and a microSD card. Now coming to the build of the device, it is actually pretty sleek, about 8.7 mm in thickness and weighs in at about 140 grams. At the top you have the secondary noise cancellation mic, audio jack right up top as well, and you can see this rounded design on the sides which does make the phone good to hold. Moving to the left you have both the power lock and unlock button as well as the volume rocker. Offer great feedback there. Now this is actually far better for a left-handed person than a right-handed one because the buttons are a bit difficult to reach. At the bottom you have the single speaker as well as the microphone of the device along with the micro USB port. A 13 megapixel camera rests at the back along with dual tone LED flash, and the back is absolutely flat. There is no camera hump there. Overall the phone feels good to hold. It is not that hefty even though you have a 3100 mAh non-removable battery. Coming to the front, you have a 5 megapixel camera, you have a notification LED, proximity and light sensors along with the main earpiece, and there are no capacitive buttons apart from physical home button that you see in between. We'll talk about this button in greater detail, but first let's talk about this display. You can see this display is actually very bright. Colors look punchy over here. Viewing angles are quite wide. No distortion in brightness or colors. It is an IXO panel, 1080p Full HD corrected by Corning Gorilla Glass 3. Color reproduction, as I said, looks great over here. It is slightly towards the warmer side, but still colors look punchy. No distortion while tilting the phone. Now if you swipe from the top, you have all your quick toggles right there. You can go ahead and expand them as well. But you can't edit these. Now let's jump into settings and we'll have a look at the OS this phone is running on. So again, customize settings panel as well. This is a huge change from stock Android. And you can see we are in fact running Android 5.1 right out of the box on this one with FlyMe OS 4.5 on top. So you have about 10 odd gigs available to you out of that 16 gig storage. But you can expand that with the microSD card. Now coming to the camera, you have a 13 megapixel rear camera which takes images rather quickly. You can see that shutter speed seems to be very good over here. You have some filters baked in as well, and you can just swipe around to enter different modes: manual, beauty, panorama. There are several of them. You can control ISO, exposure, shutter speed in manual controls. HDR mode is also available, and you can record 1080p videos. The front facing camera too takes images rather quickly. And the image actually turned out very well. Very little noise in this image and lots of detail. Now even the image that we took from the rear camera has lots of detail going for it. Color reproduction also seems good. We'll test the camera out later on. Now if we talk of FlyMe OS 4.5 running on top of Android 5.1, there is a huge difference here. There are no capacitive buttons for back or recent apps. Everything is done by that single button you see in the middle. Your quick toggles rest right up top. Well, that's almost similar to stock Android. Then all of your apps are present on different home screens, no separate app drawer, but you do have widget support baked in. There are a few gestures that have been included as well. You have double tap to wake. You can draw several characters on the display to open up different apps. So I'll just show that to you as well. I'll draw a C and that would open up the camera app, and actually works out quite fine. Now if we talk about that button, there are a lot of functionality baked in. If you just single tap on it, it behaves as a capacitive back button. You can see right there. And if you press it, it behaves as the home key. Then that's just not all. If you long tap on it, it behaves as the power button, which locks up your device. So this is in fact a real magic button, 3 different functionalities and all work out very great. But yes, it will take some time to get used to FlyMe OS, but overall it's a very smooth experience over here. Now one more change is if you swipe from the bottom, you have your recent apps tray, so you can switch between different apps. Again, it is very fluid, apps do open up quickly as well. Moreover, multitasking seems to be pretty fine on the device. Swipe from the top, your notification drawer comes down. Now all these features are definitely not gimmicky, they have a purpose, and moreover these have been designed to work quite fine. I haven't noticed any lag or any issues in working with FlyMe OS 4.5 till now. Now if we talk about web browsing, again it seems to be pretty smooth. Images and text render rather quickly. Now we'll test out pinch to zoom. Now scrolling is very smooth as you see right here. Pinch to zoom also seems to be pretty great, and you can see that the text looks very crisp. It is a 1080p panel, so we do expect that. And you can also see that performance is very good on the device. Apps open up quickly. This is a 4G LTE device with a 64-bit octa-core processor. So again, that is expected. But what's not expected is this phone's price, just rupees 10,000. I really like the build of the device. It seems premium. The display looks really good. The camera captures images rather quickly. The front-facing 5-megapixel camera actually seems to do a lot better. We'll be testing this phone out in greater detail, so stay tuned to PhoneBunch. There's a lot of competition in this price segment. We'll be comparing it with those phones as well. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions or suggestions, hit us in the comment section. And as always, have a great day.